Hi everyone, today I'm going to be playing the Oracle of Delphi, the latest Steffenfeld game for Essen 2016, and if the box lid can just stay up there we can get started. So, Zeus is feeling very generous. He is going to offer a mortal the chance to join the gods on Mount Olympus, and to decide who it's going to be, he has set us 12 tasks. The first person to complete these 12 tasks and get back to Zeus wins the game. So this is not your standard Steffenfeld point salad game. This is a race. We need to defeat a yellow, a pink, and any other colour of monster. And you'll see they are kind of scattered around on the board there. The board is really cool. It's all sorts of different shaped pieces. I've tried to get the introductory setup, but it kind of went a bit wrong. So we've got this little bit of a weird shape here, but it will be fine. So we need to defeat these monsters. So not only are all the board pieces different shapes, but the spaces are going to be in different places, but then you shuffle up, depending on the number of players, you shuffle up numbers of monsters, of offerings, cubes, the temples get shuffled up, and all get kind of thrown around in a completely different setup every time. So we need to defeat 3 monsters. We need to pick up offerings for the green, blue, and any other coloured temple. So the offerings are on certain spaces there, and the temples are on other spaces. We need to raise 3 statues. To do that, we need to get our ships to the cities to pick up the statues and end up on a space that needs that colour of statue. So you see here the yellow statues are. Here is a space where the yellow statues could be raised. And finally, we need to build shrines on 3 of the islands of our colour. There are 12 islands face down on the board, and we can try and find out what these are. 3 of them are going to be our colours, and if they're not our colour, they're going to give us a power. Otherwise, they are going to help us along in completing our tasks. We've also got a bit of difference in setup here. We both start with a ship tile, and these give you a different power throughout the game. So, my shields would normally start at 0, but because I've got this ship tile, they start at 2. And this is going to help me fight monsters, and it's also going to help me against the Titan. The Titan will attack everybody at the end of every round, and depending on the die roll, he's going to injure us. I have a bit of a better chance to withstand the injury because my shields are 2. I have 2 storage spaces on my ship, which is standard. And we draw a random injury card at the start of the game. I drew pink, which means that Hermes here, the pink god, starts on the 2-player part of the god track. Everyone else is on the starting space all the way down here. And through actions and bonuses and things, the gods will be brought up this track. Once they reach the top, they will give us ridiculous powers that we can then use, and then they'll get sent back down to the bottom again. If we look over here at Glass Marty there, is who I'm playing against. His ship power gives him +2 range. Normally when we move around the map by ship, we can move 3 spaces at a time. But Marty, as standard, can move 5 spaces at a time because of that 2 extra range. He's also got 2 storage spaces on his ship, and he drew a green injury card, which means that Artemis is starting up here. So not to go into all the gods yet, because we'll probably get into it as we play the game, but Hermes helps me get statues. If I'm sat next to a city, I can get a statue from anywhere on the map by using Hermes' power, but he does need to be all the way up here to do that. And Marty, when Artemis gets to the top, he can use his power to flip over any island tile and take the corresponding reward. Whether it's his island tile, he'll complete his task. Otherwise, he'll get a bonus for doing it, but he doesn't need to be next to it to do that. So, as you can see, some quite big powers because getting around the board can be a problem. So, what are our actions? Well, we have quite a few available here. The ones that don't care about the colour, you can use any colour to do these actions. You can grab an Oracle card, and I'll just show you the bottom of the stack. The Oracle cards are basically the colours of the dice. And you'll randomly get one of these, and it's basically, if there's no colours good for you, you might want to try and draw an Oracle card and see if you can get a colour that's better. But also, you can save it for the future, because on your turn you can do 3 actions with your Oracle dice, but you can also use 1 Oracle card. So you can grab one of those with any coloured action. You can grab 2 favour tokens, and favour tokens are used to change the colour of your dice. You can see on this circle here, you can change them clockwise by paying 1 favour token for each step you want to move it. So you can grab 2 favour tokens as an action, or you can look at 2 face down island tiles and put them back face down. And you probably want to do this because you don't just want to go running around blindly looking at island tiles, because 9 of the 12 aren't your 3. So, and if you uncover another player's, it stays uncovered. If you just go up to it and flip it over, you'll get a little bonus, but the other player knows where their islands are. So you're giving them information by just blindly flipping them over. The others all cover the actions that you need to do the tasks mainly, so I'll cover those as we do them. So we have all of these tasks, and from just glancing at the board, I've noticed that we need to deliver a blue offering to the blue temple. And I have noticed that the blue temple and this blue offering are right next to each other. Not only this, but there is a yellow monster nearby. We need to do a yellow monster. So I think I want to get over here as quickly as I can. So to move, you need to use a dice. You can move up to 3 spaces, although you can pay favour tokens to increase that range. And you need to end up on the space of the colour that you used. So I can see I can use a yellow dice here and move my ship from the starting space. We never go back to this space until the very end of the game. It's just this hole in the middle here. So I can move 1, 2, 3 spaces. So right now I'm next to the monster. I could go to fight the yellow monster, but Marty might have seen this too, especially now I've gone over here. If he didn't see it before, he's definitely looking at this area now. And he can move more spaces than me, so he will definitely zip over there and grab that blue offering, I think. So and he's not as good at fighting monsters as me. So I'm going to spend 2 favour tokens to turn this yellow into a red, and I'm going to move 1, 2 more spaces. And I'm next to a red monster now, which I also need to fight. So next turn, maybe I'll fight a red monster. With my final action, I'm going to use this blue dice, and I'm going to grab the blue offering and put it on my ship. So now that is not available for anyone else. Oh, I spent 2 favour tokens as well, didn't I? So I've only got 1 left. I start with 3. Marty starts with 4 because he wasn't the start player. So that is my turn. At the end of my turn, I consult the Oracle. And that is quite nice. So all of the other players now, in this case just Marty, look at what I rolled when I consulted the Oracle. And if they have a god not on the bottom row here, so any of their gods that are above that row, if I rolled any of their colours, they can choose 1 and raise that god 1 space. So now Marty can raise, was it Artemis? He can raise Artemis 1 space up. So he's that much closer to being able to use his power. So what does Marty want to do? So he knows that that blue cube has gone. I think he might want to, there's a green cube here to the green temple. So the way setups happen, there's this interesting little wall here that's stopping us getting to the top. We have to go all the way around. I think Marty is going to go straight for statues because he wants companions. I'll show you what they are if he gets one, but they can be very powerful. He is going to use a yellow dice. He starts with black, black, yellow. He's going to use a yellow, and he can move 5 spaces, remember, because of his ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He ends on a yellow, so he's okay. Now he wants this blue statue, and he's going to be able to drop it off over here, where the blue space is. He hasn't got a blue, though. So I think he is going to turn this into a blue with 2 favour tokens. Kind of the same thing I did, but he's doing statues. So the statue goes onto one of the spaces of his ship. And now the black he's got left doesn't really help him get over to this space. He's going to use his final black action, and he's going to raise Ares here. Because that's an action, raise the god of the colour of the dice that you used. And this is just because now if I don't roll green, maybe I'll roll black and he can raise that god as well. And Ares' power is quite nice. It lets you defeat a monster instantly, which can be good because the monster fighting can leave a bit up to chance. So he'll consult the Oracle. I'm hoping he rolls pink. He does not. And as the last player in the round, Marty needs to roll the Titan die. And the Titan attacks all of us. If he rolls a 6 on the Titan die, the Titan deals 2 injury cards to each of us. Otherwise, if he beats our shield value, which Marty's is 0 minus 2, if he beats our shield value, then we take 1 injury card. So that's a 5, so we're both going to take an injury card. So I drew a pink, which is bad. I haven't actually covered injury cards, have I? And Marty draws a black, which is a little bit nicer. So it's the start of my turn now in a new round, and I should cover injury cards, which I should have done earlier. The first thing that happens on your turn is you check your injury cards. Although it made no difference to the game, don't worry. So, if you have 3 of the same colour, or 6 in total, you have to miss your turn because you are recovering. You can get rid of 3 injury cards of your choice, you don't re-roll the dice, you don't consult the Oracle again, and you skip your turn. On the other hand, if you have absolutely no injury cards, you get to either raise a god or get 2 favour tokens. So it would be in my interest to get rid of these injury cards now. I have 2 out of 3 pinks, but I would have to spend an action getting favour tokens and then 2 favour tokens to turn this red into a pink, so I don't really feel like doing that. I want to... See, I've rolled a red, so let's try fighting a monster. Let's see how that goes. Although if I'm going to be fighting a monster, I want favour tokens to be able to keep the fight going. I'm going to use my green die to get 2 favour tokens. And then I'm going to use my red to initiate some combat against this red monster. And I can show you how combat works. So, the monsters start with a base strength of 9. This is reduced by your shields. So, I have 2 shields, the monster's strength is 7. I roll the dice for initiating the combat. And if I roll equal to or higher than the monster's strength, I've defeated it and we can just stop. So let's see what happens. I rolled a 3, so that's not great, but not as bad as it could have been. So nothing happens now. I can either stop, and I would need to initiate it in the future, or I can spend a favour token to keep fighting. The monster's strength goes down by 1, and I roll again. The only risk is, if I roll a 0, I take an injury card. So I'm going to pay a favour token to keep fighting, and the monster strength was 7, now it's 6, so I need to roll 6 or more. Oh, that looked like it was going for the 9. It's a 5, so I need to pay again to keep it going, and now I need to roll a 5 or more. And that is a 5, so I've defeated the monster at last. I'm back down to 1 favour token, but I have defeated this monster. So that is a red monster. My Zeus tile wanted me to fight a red monster. And my reward is an equipment card, so we can look at those. And the tile can go in this nice boat here that came with my game at Essen. So, the equipment cards. We have 6 on display from this deck here, and they do all sorts of fancy things. So, I'll just explain quickly what's out here. We have, this one would give you an extra action with a pink die. You can use a pink die to grab an Oracle card, 1 favour token, and raise the pink god. That would be nice for me because I want to raise the pink god a bit more. This would let you make offerings from a space away, which could be good right now because I am a space away from delivering to a temple. That kind of changes my plan a bit because I was going to go for this one here, which would change your limit to you would need 4 of a kind or 8 or more injury cards to have to worry. This one would give you an extra space on your ship and increase your shields. This would let you pick up and deliver statues from 1 space away. And this is a 1-use card, that's what this little red symbol means. It would give you 3 favour tokens, an Oracle card, and raise a god 2 times. But for this turn, I am going to grab this right here. So this is a permanent power. I can now make offerings from 1 space away. And I am leaving myself a bit at risk here with the injury cards, but now I can use my last dice here to do the blue temple action. Because I have the offering on my ship, I can make the offering at the temple because I have that equipment card that lets me do it from 1 space away. So that's really nice. So in 1 turn, I have managed to complete 2 Zeus tasks now. So that goes in the boat as well. I can grab 3 favour tokens. And at the end of my turn, I consult the Oracle and see what happens next turn. Let's move this boat to the side a bit. So I have yellow, black, and green. So I may be turning that black into a pink to get rid of those injury cards. So Marty has the option of raising the green or the black card. he is going to raise the green guard once more because he can nearly use that power. And now it's over to him. So he had just picked up a blue statue. Does he want to do anything else here? I don't think he does. So he wants to get over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would take him right to this space, but he hasn't got a blue dice. And I don't think he wants to spend 3 favour tokens. I think the first thing he's going to do is use one of these reds, and he is going to draw an Oracle card and hope that it's blue. It's pink, so that's not perfect for him. But what else can he do now? Because he doesn't really want to just go over there and waste his time. He could use his green to go there and then uncover this island tile. Maybe that's something to do. Let's see, he will use the pink Oracle card he just picked up, because he can use one on his turn, and he is going to use the action to look at 2 island tiles. So, they just go back face down, so he looks at this, it's for the blue player, so nobody cares about that, but if he was to go over there and flip this tile, he would get a power. His shield would go up permanently by 1, and he would be able to get rid of all injury cards of a colour of his choice. So that could be quite nice, permanently increasing his shields. And he'll look at this one because it's the next closest. So this one, also nobody cares about the green player, but this symbol would give him 4 favour tokens. So I think permanent shields would be something he'd like. So he is going to use his green dice to go 1, 2, so he's a bit closer here. He maybe could fight the black monster next turn. And he's going to use his red dice to flip over this island. He already knew what it was. And his reward is his shields go up from 0 to 1 permanently, and he will just get rid of all of his black injury cards, which is just the 1 right now. At the end of his turn, he consults the Oracle. I'm hoping he rolls pink. He does not. And let's see what the Titan does. I'm hoping for a 2. It's a 3, so we both get hit by the Titan. And I am praying not for a pink. It's a green, so I'm safe to live one more day. Oh, and right after was a pink, so Marty gets a pink. I'm going to use my green action to look at 2 islands. I'm going to look at this one and see if it's worth my while to go over here. It definitely is. It's one of my island tiles. And for the other one, let's just look at this one over here. And that's one of Marty's. So I need to remember not to go over there and turn that one over. That kind of changed my plans. I was going to kind of start leaving here and fight the yellow monster. Now I want to go over here, because I'm not next to it. The only space next to it is here, so I'm going to have to use a yellow to go over here. I'm pushing my luck again, though. I'm not getting rid of these pink things. I'm going to spend 2 favour tokens to turn that into a blue. So I've got 2 favour tokens left. And then I'm going to use that blue to uncover this island, and what do you know, it's one of mine. I can place one of my 3 shrines on it, because I uncovered it, and my reward is I get to raise a god 1 step on here. And I am going to raise, let's see, I like Poseidon. Poseidon's power is, you can use him to move anywhere on the map. Just once, but that can be huge, especially with this big wall in the way here. So, just like that, my turn is over. I'll consult the Oracle, and I rolled green, which Marty really likes because now he can use Artemis's power, which was just flip over an island tile. But he's only seen that one, and he didn't really care about it, so he hasn't really got any knowledge of where the good island tiles are. Maybe he wants to, go over and use an action to look at 2 again. But most importantly, he wants to get rid of this statue. But he doesn't have anything really useful to get there. He needs green or blue to get over there, and he hasn't rolled anything close, really. He could use his only 2 favour tokens to turn that into a blue, but then he wouldn't have the blue to put the statue down. So it's not looking great for doing that. He could fight a monster, though. He's right next to this monster, and then he could get some equipment and... yeah, let's do that, because the black monster can count as his any coloured monster. He is first going to use a black dice. Since he's got 2 here, he's going to use one of them to gain 2 favour tokens. Then he's going to use his second black dice to initiate combat. So the Minotaur here has 8. No, he has 9. So, yeah, he has 8 because 9 base strength reduced by Marty's 1 shield. Marty needs an 8 or more. And he rolls. Oh, wow. There we go. He just does it right away. I thought that was a 2, but it flipped back. So he has defeated the Minotaur with the first strike. And his reward is an equipment tile. So he's finished that task. And let's look at the equipment tiles. It's all the same ones, but this one is 1 use only. Grab a pink, blue, or black statue and put it straight on your ship. So could that be a good thing? It could be a good thing because he could grab a black statue and then going over here, he could dump them both off. Yes, he's going to grab that 1 use statue tile and he is going to grab a black statue from all the way up here, miles and miles and miles away, and that goes straight on his ship. His ship's now full, but he can hopefully offload both of these onto this space. So Marty still has a red. He's going to use that red to look at 2 islands. Let's see, he'll look at this one. It's blue, doesn't really care about that. The reward would be get 2 Oracle cards. He could uncover that with his Artemis power, and then he would have an extra action with an Oracle card. And let's see, it's hard to think of 2 players because I know what the tiles are. Let's see, he'll just look at this one. And it's one of mine, so he wants to keep that secret. So he doesn't really want to take a chance, I don't think, just flipping one over. So he's going to consult the Oracle. And he's rolled pink at last. So I can raise Hermes there. And we can put his dice back. The Titan attacks. I want a 2. Oh, it's a 6. Oh, no. Oh, this could be really bad for me. So I draw a yellow and a green. So I am safe for now, but I've got 5 in total, and I've got 2 colours where I've got 2 of a kind. Marty draws a blue, so he's safe definitely, and a pink. So Marty's got 2 pinks now. My turn. I am absolutely going to use this pink to get rid of all injury cards of 1 colour. That's what that action is. I'm going to get rid of the 2 pink injury cards because I'm getting worried now. I'm actually going to use my green as well to get rid of my green injury cards. So I'm safe for a while now again. But what am I actually going to do on my turn? I've only got a green dice left. I think I will use the green to grab an Oracle card. And I've got black. Can I use black for anything? I could fight this yellow monster next turn. And black is right next to it. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I'm going to use the black dice to move, as I just did right there. So I'll consult the Oracle again. Marty wants me to roll black, which I do. I'm rolling very well for Marty's benefit. He gets to raise Ares there. And what's his plan? So he has a black to be able to dump off that statue. I think he's going to have to use a favour token, turn that yellow into a green, and spend it. So he can land on a green. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 4, 5, and that puts him next to a yellow monster, which we do need to do. He's going to use black to raise this statue on this island here. And his reward for his first statue is a companion, so I can show you what these are. So there are 3 types of companions, and for each type there are 6 companions, 1 of each colour. So the first type is the heroes. Getting one of these will increase your shields by 2 and mean that you discard any injury cards of that colour. So maybe Marty wants to take this and take the pink one so he can get rid of his 2 pink injury cards. And he'd have some shields as well. Next to the demigods, when you get a demigod, you also get an Oracle card. And from now on, whenever you use a dice of that demigod's colour, it counts as any colour for the action you're taking. And finally, we have the creatures. When you use their colour of dice to do a movement action, your range is increased by 3 and you can end your movement on any coloured space. So what benefits Marty the most? I think he is going to take the demigod for pink. And I'll show you why. So he takes the demigod, that's Helena, and the companion goes right there. So he gets an Oracle card, so that's an extra action this turn. And now his last Oracle dice is pink. He is going to use it. The pink counts as any colour now. So he's going to use a blue raise statue action on this space, and he's done his second statue task. He can take another companion, and he is going to take the hero in pink. Where are the heroes? Here he is, right at the bottom of the stack. Aias. So a lot of pink heroes. His shields go up 2 spaces. He's now got 3 shields, and he can automatically discard all pink injury cards. So that is a really, really nice turn for Marty. He still has a pink action. Does he want to do anything with that? I don't think he does. He's going to hang on to that. So he'll consult the Oracle. And he rolled blue, which I quite like. Poseidon can go up the track there. And let's see, the Titan. The Titan hits for 4, so we both take 1 injury card. I have a black injury, and Marty has a yellow. So we're not worried about those just yet. I wanted yellow, really, to be able to fight that monster that I'm next to. Am I just going to ignore it? Because Marty's right next to the other one. He's probably going to get that done. See, the green offering there is next to the green temple. We need to do that for a task, but I haven't got green either. Let's use this red to uncover this island, because I don't think I know what it is, but I just want a power. Okay, it's not Marty's colour, so I haven't benefited him. Haven't helped myself, but I do get 4 favour tokens for that symbol. Oh, that's a 5. I will use one of these black dice to draw a Oracle card, and it's green, so that doesn't help me fight the monster. I could pay 3 favour tokens to start fighting the monster. I'll stand where I am, and I'll spend the 3 to start combat. So I have 2 shields, the monster's strength is 7, so I need 7 or more. It's a 1, so I spend a favour token to keep going. I need 6 or more now. That's a 3, and I'll spend another one to keep going. I need 5 or more now, and it's a 5. I always do it on the 3rd round of combat. There we go. So I've now defeated the yellow monster. My reward, another equipment card. So we have everything from before, and this is the same as this action, but for blue. So you can spend a blue to get an Oracle card and a favour token and raise the blue god. I think I'm going to take this equipment card. So now I can also do statue actions from 1 space away. And the new one that comes out is, whenever you complete a task for monsters, offerings, or statues, you can raise a god. So that's it for my turn, unless I want to use this green, which I don't. So I will consult the Oracle. Marty wants me to roll black. I don't know. And we can move over to his turn. So he has got 2 blues and a green. What was his plan? He's just finished these. He wants to fight this monster, doesn't he? So I think he is going to spend a favour token. These were the ones I spent. He's got 3. So he's going to spend a favour token to turn this blue into a yellow, and then he's going to start combat. So his shields are 3, so 9 minus 3, the monster's strength is 6. He needs a 6 or more. He gets a 4, so he's going to spend a favour token to keep going. He now needs a 5 or more. There we go, 2nd round he does it. So he's also defeated a yellow monster. He can grab an equipment card. And let's see. He hasn't got many favour tokens. Maybe he'd just like to grab some favour tokens. I think he wants this one here. He's going to take this one to give him a powerful blue action. The new one that comes out. 1-time use only. Send any of these gods, one of them, to the top row. That's really nice, especially if some are on the bottom. Now he's going to use his blue dice to do this action. He's going to grab an Oracle card. It's another pink, which isn't great. He grabs a favour token, and he can raise Poseidon up 1 space. His last dice is a green, and he's going to try and find some islands. Let's see, he hasn't looked at this one. I genuinely can't remember which ones are his now. Oh, that's another one of mine. And then he'll look at this one. Oh, it's one of his. He's going to use Artemis, and Artemis's power is just uncover an island tile. He's going to uncover this one, so that's miles away. He hasn't had to go all the way up there to find one of his islands. He can put one of his shrines on it. Artemis now goes all the way to the bottom of the track. And Marty gets to raise a god. I think he's going to raise Artemis and hope to do it again. So he rolls his dice, he consults the Oracle, and that's green, green, blue. It's nice for me, I can raise Poseidon. And the Titan attacks. It's a 5, we both get hit. So I take a blue injury, not too worried. Marty takes a green injury. He's a bit worried now. He's got 4 in total, and 2 of them are green. And that is the end of the round. I think I'm going to stop there for this part. If you'd like to keep on watching and see how it goes, what are we on now? I have done 4 tasks. Marty has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's a little bit in the lead there. And if you'd like to see who wins, then you can click the link on the screen. If you'd like to go straight to what I think, some first impressions, then the link will be there for that as well. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for the next video. Bye.